Hello. Yeah, you always remember to turn the microphone on. It's another session of Assassin's Creed Origins. Last one for the week. So I'm a little bit late because I was letting the dog have a run around the front garden so he could have a wee and all that sort of stuff before he settles down on the sofa. Or, as it turned out, bark at everybody that walks in the street. In every car, every noise. The joys. So, we'll get straight into it. We got quite a lot done in the last one. There's a question mark over there, quite nearby. Oh, discovered somewhere new.
Place is heavily guarded.
Okay.
Hey, what?
Got you.
Yeah, don't start on me.
I have the range.
Somebody up here firing a bloody arrow at me. Who is he? Hello, mate.
Clean target.
Yeah. Like that. Wouldn't mind too much. Don't even take over the ship, do I? Oh, what's that? Loot. Some more loot over there. I missed it. Location complete. Let's go over there somewhere. Over there. Anything else on the boat? Cough decides to come. And the yawn. Oh dear. Loot there. See? It was needless death for them, because they didn't need to die if they'd just like ignored me. Just like this bloke, these blokes here, they if they'd have just like kept their mouth shut and like kept away from me.
You should not have come here. Hey,
Now they're all gonna have to die, aren't they?
I have the range.
They're all dying needlessly. They didn't have to die.
Die, worm.
Poking their nose, that's what they were doing. They were poking their nose, and so they got killed. It's not my fault. See, I was quite happy to just wander around, minding my own business. They came over and started making trouble. It was self-defense. If they'd have left me alone, I would have left them alone. I think we can all agree on that. I know nobody would, but hey. need to get over there, but I don't want to be in the water when I do it. I know I'm in the water now, but you know what I mean. Because there's crocodiles and shit. Well, if it was in those days, it probably was a lot of crocodiles and shit. Hey. Let's see what this is. Speak with Apono at the lighthouse. Thought he was going to start something then. I was ready for it. Okay. I'm here. Oh yeah. A racing scam. Still like to know where he does that. That sort of backward jump. Have I done the synchronization there? Yes, I have. What am I supposed to do? Oh well. Yes. Let's have a look at the quests. What level are we now? Can't tell on that. Oh, level 13. So we've got a 12. Level 12, a 15. Guess we get to do the... That's the one we were doing. Yeah, I've got to wait for it to go dark, haven't I? That's the reason why it's not working. So I've just got to waste some time until it goes dark. Ooh. Coffee cough. It could be a coffee cough, because I've got some coffee. I'm on filter coffee at the moment, so I'll probably like talk at 300 million miles an hour. Doesn't really have that effect. It usually makes me tired. Probably the big reason why I was yawning. Filter coffee. One of my neighbours is making noise again. Or it might be the construction on the hospital. Although everybody seems to be going home now, because I think they go home early on a Friday. So it must be one of my neighbours. It's one of those days today. I was going to do a bit of gardening and a bit of tidying in the garden and stuff. Ready to do some actual work in the garden, and it keeps on raining and the sun comes out and rains and then the sun comes out. Ah, somebody to kill.
What? This you shit.
Again? They didn't have to attack me. They just decided to randomly attack. Let's get up again now. My PC might be quite noisy in the background, but it doesn't seem to be affecting my stream because I'm encoding the video to put on my YouTube channel. Hopefully by 5 o'clock, but it's been going since 9 o'clock encoding, and I've got to do another encode to make it a bit smaller before I upload it. So the joys. Video editor always that makes the files big, really big, and I have to make them smaller because they're, I mean, like gigabytes big. So I make them smaller, usually about a quarter of the size, so that I can upload them. So it doesn't take forever to upload them. Not got a slow connection, but you know what I mean. It's just better to not have to upload massive files. Oh, not doing too well with the speaking thing today, am I? I've got the weekend off anyway. Well, I'm looking after the dog, so weekend. So I don't know if that means I've got a weekend off. Loot and some sort of item. What is it? Oh, the lost treasure. Okay. Don't panic. It's just me jumping. Dog's making grunting noises in his sleep. I'll take at 4 o'clock. I'll take him out in the garden and play ball with him for a while. May even get a ball. Used to say that with my daughter used to say, "I'll take you over the park and play football with you." And then say, and then maybe at some point we'll buy you a football. It's just like the other thing we used to say was gonna watch telly with my daughter, and then, you know, what I do is I stand at the side of her and I look through one of her ears. I can just about see the telly. Yeah, I know, that's cruel, isn't it? Beans. Loot. Why does he stand on things? Ah, it's a street cleaner. That's what the noise is. Don't know if the microphone picks it up. It's bloody noisy. I think the council bought themselves a new toy and they just keep on going and playing with it. It's starting to go dark now. I suppose I could go back to the lighthouse. can fast travel there, though, can't I? If I wanted to. It's whether I want to, isn't it? So anyway, how's this week gone for me? Not getting that many viewers. Wasn't expecting it in the first week. Or there's probably a lot of people who don't like Assassin's Creed. But hey. And I've had an extra follower, so I had one and now I've got two. That's not, you know, a massive amount, but it's progress. I've only been streaming for 4 days, today being the 5th day. So Rome wasn't built in a day. Although I do have a Roman game. Well, Caesar 3 I think I've got, and I can usually build Rome in a day. Just saying. Less than a day, a few minutes it takes actually. Hey, maybe I'm just better than the Romans. I might have an attempt to play some PC games and stuff like that. At the moment I can't do two things at once on this computer. Need some special tweaking. You know, it can play games and stuff. It's just at the moment I've got it in power saving mode so that I don't spend tons and tons of money on electricity. Because the GPU, using the GPU, I don't know if you know this about this on your PC, using the GPU uses a lot of bloody electricity. Especially when you're paying, when the you know, I don't know if you know about what's happened in the UK. In the UK, bills have almost doubled overnight. And it's going to go up again in October. Right, shut up now. Let the talking happen.
Apollodoros.
You there? Are you here to kill me or to be my friend?
Friend. Bike of Siwa.
Ah, then your help, please. You are Aya's Magi, huh?
Any other survivors?
Only Damastis. They took him prisoner.
And the scroll? What of the scroll?
Damastis had it.
That ass Damastis should have destroyed it. Cleopatra owes you much. Can you get to a healer by yourself?
I've killed Eudoros.
Huh? Well done.
He was the snake, yes?
Man to man, Bayek, there is much you have yet to understand.
Man to man, I need an answer.
I must take the measure of you first. Rescue Damastis and recover the scroll. And then I will know if you're the man that Aya claims you to be.
Where is this Damastis?
He should be on the docks in Canopus Harbor. I can't risk that someone reads the scroll he carries.
Go and find somebody at the harbour who needs a good... yet again, I muted the microphone and then forgot to put it back on. Also, the dog wants to come on my lap, so I can't let him at the moment. Looks ever so disappointed. But like I said, take him out and play with him, mate, in a while. Well, when the stream's over. Over the weekend, if I've got the time, because like I say, I'm looking after the dog, so it's difficult for me to do things.
Get me out of here! Sleep in my own filth in here!
Forget about me! Thank you. It was very unpleasant in there. You have killed them all. Bastards! They deserve to die. Get me to a safe place. Then we will talk.
It would help if he didn't run in front of carts, though, wouldn't it? Be a lot safer then. Asshole.
Τι πλέον μέλους η ουρά. Άνθρωποι νου να απολέσαι.
I was going to kill all of them. That damn cage was too hard to get out of, is all.
Apollodorus sent me to help you. Give me the scroll.
Scroll? I do not have any scroll.
Your job was to carry it.
I hid it on our ship. I did not want it to fall into the wrong hands.
Where is this ship?
At the bottom of the lake. They sank it.
Very well. I will get it. Apollodorus is waiting for you at the lighthouse.
I will tell him to find you near the sunken ship.
Find and retrieve the scroll in the ship. Thank you. God. Running into everybody today. Could do with the boat. Any boat going? Yeah. We'll get on this one then. Location. Oops. Dooby dooby doo. Oh, going up to crash the boat into somebody else. Okay. Okay. Right. Dismount. Jump in the water. Can't remember. It's D to drive. Okay. Scroll. There's the scroll. Interact. Come on, interact a bit faster. You're underwater.
That precious scroll. Neck.
Go back out. Then we gotta find our boat. The boat. It is. So we've got the scroll now. And then turn the right boat. We need to go. Oof. Oops, I have to crash into that boat. location. Location's Fast and Furious. Sorry, mate.
Here's your precious papyrus.
Well done, Bayek. I see you are a capable man. Someone I may be able to trust.
Maybe.
The scroll was meant for the Roman general Pompey in an effort to sway Rome to Cleopatra's side. She will be grateful to you for keeping the communication secret. She is at my estate. We're headed there now.
How does Aya fit into all this?
Her cousin Phanos informed me that she was a driven woman stalking deadly prey. It so happened that I also had reason to bring down this prey. When Aya was successful, I stepped in to protect her.
We are grateful.
And we are grateful that you have eliminated Eudoros. He was an odious individual.
I should tell you that in addition to Eudoros, I put an end to the Philaktai of Alexandria, Gennadios.
Gennadios? I am very glad he is dead. But it will cause serious problems for you. The Philakis are a tightly bound group. And murderers. They will certainly come after you.
So be it. Can I ask why you wanted Eudoros dead?
As you know, Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy, is too young and pliable to be a strong leader. We believe Eudoros was the force behind Ptolemy, responsible for so many of Egypt's current ills.
Well, while he's shut up for a bit, I'll see about spending my ability points. What's that one? I can't afford it. Why start a can't collect with a half-filled adrenaline gauge? Okay. One of the ones it told me to get was a running one, wasn't it? But I can't see it, so guess I haven't got the ability yet. What's that? Sleep darts. What's that one there? It's number 2. Two. Okay. Okay, we'll do that one for now. Not sure what it does, but hey. It's not very good, is it? No, that one. 109. We'll stick to what we've got. Gotta go somewhere. Feeling a bit sleepy today. Didn't go to bed until 2 o'clock and then I was up at 8 o'clock, so it's my own fault. I've had plenty of... I've had caffeine as well. Caffeine makes me tired. I know, it's supposed to keep you awake, but it doesn't really do that with me. So it's probably a bad idea to have it before a stream. Still get things done. But, guess I'm going to be able to get to level 15 on this. Oh, there's another jumpy thing there. Might do the jumpy thing. Yeah. Before we take him to the thing, we'll do the jumpy thing. Sure he won't mind. So it'll be a fast travel for later. I guess it did matter. But hey, we'll come back to it. Synchronize. Come in handy to have a fast travel later though. Still say that sounds really painful. Okay. He was annoyed, so we'll get back on track. I think I'm getting attacked. I wish I could come back to life like that. Wow. Oh, hippopotamus this time. Well. Anything that's not going to attack me. Wow.
Here we are. The villa is up ahead.
Yeah, now I've been heading towards it all this time. Why does he stop following me? What are you doing, asshole? Follow me. We're going the right way. Location. Is he still following me? Anyway.
You will learn more at the villa. The Queen enjoys the life of high society. I'm pleased that Aya is bringing some sober substance to Cleopatra's social circle. She is an extraordinary woman, your wife.
I know.
Bayek, before I can disclose all secrets, Cleopatra must meet and approve of you. She can be particular. Let me give you some advice. When you approach the Queen, bend your knee in deference. Speak only in reply. Yours is not to question, but to answer. Do not be distracted by the festivities. She has a large entourage, and they like to amuse themselves. Sometimes to excess. Speak clearly, in measured tones, and above all, do not meet her gaze.
Told her to hurry back.
Does she mind if I loot the place?
I cannot wait.
catch me.
Come here, both of you.
Yes,
She
I can
caught me
assure
with
you.
her husband.
The sensation is most delightful.
This way.
Oh, don't worry. She doesn't hold a grudge.
Bees?
Where is my opium pipe? I will sleep with anyone as long as they agree to be executed in the morning.
Like Xantivis.
He was well satisfied with his bargain. Who is this toothsome fellow? In mehoto ek nebshvet.
My queen, this is,
Well,
It is a generous offer. But I've already pledged my life to this woman.
Aya, you have chosen well. Come, we have much to discuss. Celebrate, my friends!
you were meant to kneel.
Ooh.
Ah, Pashremta. Meet Aya and Bayek. They put an early end to Eudoros.
Delightful. You are joining our efforts then?
We do not know what your efforts are.
Eudoros was a member of the Order of Ancients. They are responsible for my exile. They tore me from my throne.
And why should I care about them?
Now, the snake has many heads. Those heads make up the Order.
The snake is the man who killed my son.
It is not so simple.
What are they talking about?
I don't know. They must know something.
The Order of Ancients seeks to control all Egypt. Ptolemy is but their puppet.
We have informants in each region. But they have been unable to touch the Order.
Across Egypt, mysterious forces work against us. For instance, here, in the Nile Delta, the endless sands swallow up whole villages, yet a malignant human force moves with them. That force is one of the Order of Ancients, called the Scarab.
And over here, in most sacred Giza,
A shadowy figure called a hyena controls all that occurs. What is certain is that Giza is the land of death and loss.
and then there's Memphis.
All is cursed in my land. Even the sacred Apis bull himself. The one called the Lizard has worked a sort of diabolical power.
So the snake is the Order of Ancients.
Yes, Eudoros was known as the Hippo.
You are right, my love. He was not the last one. All of these are.
When the Order wants something, as in Siwa, it does not hesitate to crush all in its path.
For Siwa, now Fayum. It is the most oppressed region in all of Egypt. Where the crocodile wields cruel power, the denizens live in constant fear. That is the fate that awaits all Egypt if we fail to stop the Order.
We need decisive action. It is time for assassinations.
We still have not found the man who killed Khemu. Our son Shed will weep with joy when we clear the map of those figures.
You are my Magi now. Protector of the true Pharaoh of Egypt.
Sorry about that. Ooh.
So it shall be. Tonight, we drink, celebrate, make love. Tomorrow,
After the sun came out for a while, it's just rained again. Definitely is one of those weird days today. Guess there's still lots to do.
Roya, where have you got to?
It says... Wow. I need to be at least a level 26 before I can go to that one, and that one. So I'll go well before I can do
Where is that damn girl?
a lot of the main quests. Okay. Wow, look at that. So I'm only at level 14. Probably not a good idea to do a lot of these. Need to get to at least level 15 before I can do most of these. Even that one. Oh, so I guess I'm gonna have to wander around and do some leveling up.
Roya, where have you got to? You, Neb, are young and your legs are strong. Perfect for my needs. A pigeon arrived not long ago. I sent Ruya to fetch it, but she is so unreliable. Probably batting her eyes at the Master of Arms.
If I see her,
Never mind her. I want my letter. Run up to the pigeon tower and fetch it. All news is important to us these days.
all right, Stuart. I will see what I can do.
The Weasel. That's a level 14 quest, so I can do that one. So let's do that for now. I get 1000 XP for that, so I should get to level 15 from it. What's that in the store? Let's have a look. Add-ons. Is it just trying to get me to buy things, or are they actually going to give me some things? Anything that's useful? It's just seems to take forever, isn't it? Oh. Oh, that crashed. Back in we go. Oh, it's nice that the store crashes the game, isn't it? I uploaded the first day of me playing to my YouTube channel yesterday, and immediate copyright strike, and all of them from Ubisoft. Thanks for that. They're not copyright strikes as in close your channel copyright strikes. They were as in, you know, you don't get to monetize it, which is fair enough, but I don't get monetized. Nothing gets monetized on my channel anyway because I haven't got enough followers. So back into the game. See where it's left me. I'll get on with this weasel quest. I wonder how fast it take me to get to level 26. If I can get to level 15, I can do the the level 15 quests, obviously. I'd like to be a couple above it, but hey, we have what we have. We have to go with what we've got. Reach the pigeon tower. Are we? Well, I went up there. That pigeon tower.
The pigeons are in a ruckus. What has upset them?
Okay, I'm here. Interact.
How did that charcoal get spilled?
Smell food. It's gonna make me hungry. Can't eat because I'm upstream.
Lot of blood.
I'm gonna have to start
Where's the body?
putting some snacks out for me so I can have something to eat while I'm working. Because that's what this is, isn't it? This is working. I'm still investigating it, wasn't there? Yes, I am.
The railing broke, but someone went over it.
Oh, blood.
Blood. Still fresh. Such a mess.
One more piece of investigation to find. Exit, it's too high up now.
Lot of blood. Where's the body?
This is still the investigation area. Till there. Ah. There's the
cannot
body.
leave here. I will take you back to Pelias for the proper rites. Poor Ruya. If you had only known how to make such a leap. What did you get yourself into? Beasts, with the faces of men, prey on the weak and powerless. We cannot simply show our bellies to the jackals that plague our land.
Yeah.
By the gods. Ruya. What happened?
She was thrown to her death from the Pigeon Tower. Your letter.
Why was she killed? That is the badge worn by Dimnos, our master of arms. Why did she have it?
I will find out soon enough.
Poor, poor girl. May you walk in the field of reeds.
Dimnos, I'm looking for Ruya. Perhaps because she has your badge.
Shit. Well, she was just an Egyptian dog. No matter.
Why did you do it?
Truth? I didn't mean to kill her. Only teach her a lesson for her insolence. She refused to read a letter for me.
You must confess to Pelias.
I suppose you want the same fate as Ruya. You stupid Egyptian. I'll teach you the same lesson she learned.
Come! Try! The letter he mentioned.
All right. Anything else to loot? Arrows. Ammo full. Always bloody ammo full. Right. Go back. Do I get my my experience now?
Was it Dimnos?
Yes. He killed Ruya out of base cruelty. And he died because he thought I was also less than a person.
What a senseless tragedy. She was a smart girl with a good heart.
There we go. After getting up to level 15, really? Oh, bugger. I was hoping he would. Oh well. Just gonna have to wander around and find things to do. Let's have a look. What we got around here? Ooh. See if there's anything I can do. Gonna move the microphone back because it's right in my face. Right. Sovereign Temple. Hungry River side quest, level 14. Okay, we'll go for that one. Level 14 quest. Might be able to get some more experience and get up to level 15. So that's all we're trying to do now. Just try and level. See if I can go up to about 20 if I can. Plenty of time. Got another 2 hours to make some progress.
Hush your racket, Auntie. You will just make the hippos excited. Or call the bandits back. Neb, you look strong and carry yourself without fear. Can you help a poor farmer?
Your friend was killed by a hippo.
Yes. The beast rampage slaughtered many. Yesterday, we were attacked by bandits. In their wake, they disturbed these hippos and drove them into our fields. The gods seem content to peace on us. We cannot harvest the crops, nor can we put the dead to rest with the hippos in our fields.
Let me help you collect the dead.
Right. Gotta go kill some hippopotami. So I'm getting attacked by bandits at the same time. Great. Yeah. Oops, sorry mate, you're on my side it seems. That's another one. That's two. Do I have any arrows? Like that. Now we're getting attacked by a crocodile as well. What else have we got? Right. Any more? I will not track that quest then, as it's moaning. Bring the dead back to the cart. Where's the cart? That's the cart. Okay. That wasn't exactly a nice way of putting it down, was it? Fetch and carry quest.
No, not him. I would help you, but I am no match for those beasts.
Here I am, trained assassin, and all I'm doing is carrying bodies around. What can I say? Things they make me do.
Is this Maketra?
Not this.
Oh, got a tickle in my throat at the moment. Trying not to cough, but it doesn't help.
My poor Maketra is gone.
The last one.
Speak to the farmer.
And Maketra not among them.
What will I do now?
Thank you, Neb. Their souls will now rest in peace.
Who is this Maketra your aunt mourns?
Our protector. Brave and strong like you, he would chase away fierce animals or the bandits who plague us. I guess there's no one left who can keep us safe.
Such a curse upon all of Egypt, it seems. Where do these bandits roost?
There is a canyon. I would take you there, but it is far too dangerous. Also, someone must deal with the dead.
Of course. I will find it.
The bandits are known as the Hungry Great Ones. May the gods protect you.
Right. There's another quest over here, so I'll go over and see about that before I go on with this quest. See whether or not that's gonna give me experience for later. Oh, it's a predator attack. Okay. Okay. Once that's sorted. We'll go complete this quest now then. Big region. Getting so close to that level 15. So close. Is that another jump point there? I think it is. Cool. Try that in a bit then, if I haven't done it. Okay, I'll try it now. It's up there. Might as well get some fast travel. Why did he jump back down? Because he can't get up there. Ooh, go on. So if there's vine, you can't get up there. Synchronize! Will that get me my level 15? Go on. Be nice. Oh, okay. You won't do it. You won't jump. Oh, it's that way. Right, so where's this place supposed to go? Where's it gone? Where's me marker gone? I guess it's because he wants me to send that up. Okay, target found. Guess I'm going to be doing some fighting.
Hey, what? Hey, what? Should not have come here.
Play to your strength. Being a eunuch. Take much dedication becoming a champion.
No chance for that. I can hit him. In my range.
Oh well, that was good. I set myself on fire. Start again. Got to be careful with fire. So the red ones, red things are are things that burn. So it's happened before. We saw it yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? It's put me all the way back over here.
They will attack on sight here.
Damn it! Hey,
You cannot escape! You.
what is this?
Again? What? What's this? Hey. What?
So I use the fire to my advantage.
Hey,
Die, monster!
hey!
Like that.
Do we go on?
Let me get you out of there.
Hey, and there's my level 15 that I wanted. See if we can get towards level 16 now.
Thank you. But why did you save me?
Your aunt spoke of your desperate straits. I would free any unjust captive, but the plight of a protector is something I cannot ignore.
You are a Medjay.
We are of the same brotherhood.
Yes, I must hurry home. The war chief, Fat Homer, took the hungry great ones on a raid. You move like a lion. Would you help me stop them?
Maybe. Oh, great. So now I've got to, like, sort of kill loads of bandits.
Buy me some time. I must push on.
Shall I kill the rogue animal, or shall I go do what I'm supposed to do? loot. And there was some loot down here as well. There we go. You never know. Gotta stop like doing that, because that's sort of keep on catching fire, isn't it? Eating things. Nice.
I never forget the face. Getting rid of you will be my first good act.
Alright, there's somebody else over here. Still firing at me. Who is he?
Going to gut you.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Right.
Ketra, I think we are done. You fought like a lion yourself.
I have learned much from you. You've made me a better protector. Egypt needs more people like you.
The land needs more people like us.
I will sing songs of our battle to my aunt to remember this day.
Ha!
I cannot
Yay.
believe it. The gods protected
How much
us.
is that going to give me? So it's going to get more difficult getting XP now, isn't it? Scarab sting. Okay, we'll go there. And the dog awakes. Hour and a half left of the stream, so we can still do things. Try and make progress. Car just parked outside of my house. If you'd say anything, Carl, stop the stream. Might be going next door. Just drove off now, so. Go, doggy.
Buy me some time. I must push on.
Out of ammo. Don't know if he's going to come back. Still firing at me though from a distance. Bloody hell. No, doggy. Sorry. I'm talking to people. Well, I'm talking to myself actually, because I'm the only person on my timeline. It's coming to lie by my feet. It's brave enough, isn't it? Oh, that's another place discovered. Any little bit of experience is better than none.
Just a moment! I promise! These crops need to be loaded for transport by the day's end.
A little more than a moment of my time, don't you think?
I'm sorry. We are normally two, but my son cannot keep up.
One thing at a time. Let your boy rest. I will help you collect your harvest. He is too young to be working the fields.
I know it, but my field hands ran off when I couldn't pay. The tax collectors demand all my grain, or they will burn my house down. Thank you, sir. Now I'll be able to pay Sefetu's dogs off.
Okay. So, where's that quest? So it's that one.
This time at least.
Tell me about these tax collectors.
They ride the roads all round sites, sticking mostly to the outskirts. Their rabid master, Sefetu, has them tax the people for all they have.
Let me see if I can find them and convince them to change their ways. You work on your farm and raising your boy.
Yes, Ned. Now that he can get some rest, I think my boy will get back his strength. The gods praise you.
Kill the tax collector. Request there.
Careful you don't overfill the jars.
Where's the marker for the tax collector?
I seek the master brewer, Hakuf.
I have no time. Speak to one of my overseers if you must.
You misunderstand. I am a Magi. Apollodorus sent me.
Apollodorus, of course.
He sent me for the scarab, the shadow that darkens Sais.
Please. That is an evil name to speak aloud. Apollodorus knows the people are suffering. In my position, many confide in me. Trade is strangled, the soldiers run rampant, and the weight of Ptolemy's taxation crushes the breath from us. Come with me. Let us retire where we have a roof overhead. There are many terrible stories about the scarab. I am sure Apollodorus told you. Tales of mutilation, disappearances, and folk buried in the desert and left to die. A horrendous fate, trapped in the shimmering sand, your mind and body pounded by the remorseless sun, waiting for the final release into the Duat. But these are only stories. There are real villains in Sais. But the Scarab, if he exists, it is not safe to speak of him.
Okay. He's doing it again. He's flying away from where I want him to go. Always likes to go in the opposite direction to where I want him. I'll get the tax collectors now.
What? We are the wall! There you are! Shit, the nib is down!
Wouldn't be hurting him that much. Get 5% experience for that, even though they were so difficult. Whew, nice. So, what's next part? It's looking easy. Let's go, just think carry that one on. Shush. It's just an aeroplane. You can't do anything about it.
Investigations of Harkuf's agents. Concerns of the people. Ah, science is no different than...
The last man who asked questions about the scarab was near beaten to death.
Ah.
With his tongue cut out.
Who was he?
Old
Planes
Rupa,
going over again.
father-in-law
Mac
to
Loop
the most powerful man in the region, the Haka.
and all that.
That boy, Awab, is his grandson.
Hey, you tired of winning? I'm looking for your grandfather. Do you know where he went?
No, he left on the road to Campiros. He should have been home by now.
I'll see if I can find him along the road.
Have a jump on one there. Yes, it is. Little plane activity again. So about jumping off the jumpy thing after I've done this.
I should be cautious around here.
You should not have come here.
Oh, well, here we go again. Set myself on fire again. Oh, bugger. Keep on doing that, don't I? Fighter jets. That's what it is. They practice low flying over Machanclef because they call it the Mac Loop. So look that up and you'll see there's lots of YouTube videos of pilots like sort of flying over Mac and filming themselves. Cool, an achievement.
This is no combat. You should have run when you had the chance.
captain.
What happened to the...
You should not have come here. Don't listen to anything else.
Alarm! Charge!
Die, you motherfucker. Sorry. Try not to swear on the stream.
Hey, what?
Cooper, I will get you out.
Hey!
Where's the bloke who I was supposed to be
I
carrying?
think you will survive. I know the scarab took your tongue, but we can help each other. Akuf told me that you are investigating the scarab. Help me, and I can ensure he dies.
Oh, there you are. I can smell bacon. Is it bacon or sausages? Making me hungry. It's another hour and 20 minutes before I can have anything to eat. Who are you talking to? The dog's looking at me. I'm talking to myself. I was trying to hide behind a tree there. Oh, it's taking ages to get him home, isn't it?
That old mute was skulking around again. Isn't he from some rich family? Maybe. Maybe that's why no one has chased him out of town. You're every innocent.
Grandfather, are you all right? Is he hurt?
Banged up, bruised and thirsty. The soldiers did not take kindly to him, but he will be all right. Where's your father, Kawa? We must speak of this.
Father is away, on his great work. Mother! Grandfather is hurt. Soldiers mistook him for a beggar again.
Father, what have you done this time?
He was searching for the scarab. I hope he can help me. And in return, I can protect your family.
The scarab is nonsense. Everyone knows this.
He wants you to read them.
It looks like the scarab is summoning warriors to the city of Letopolis.
By the gods! That is where my husband is.
But the city swallowed by the desert.
It is Father's destiny to rebuild it. We're going to join him soon. Right, Mother?
Yes. My husband Tahaka has been slaving there for months. I'm sure he can help you. He knows everyone there.
If you go, tell him I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, of course I will, Kawa.
You are Bayek, yes? My master is anxious that you get this letter. It is urgent.
Your master? Do I know him?
His name is Otis. You haven't met. All is explained in the letter.
Will Siwa never know peace? I will go to the Sarajina camp to learn if there is any truth to this letter.
Smoke over water. The Scarab Blaze has gone to level 18, and I'm only at 15, or at 16. Yeah. I think I'll do the level 15 quests just to get them out of the way. So does that protect me against fire? Gives me a firebomb. Could be useful, I suppose. Ability, I could have spent it too. Ability. Slick darts as well then.
I must deal with Sepetu's archers in Sais. They are his eyes.
Target located. Now what the target's supposed to be. A. Guess we're gonna find out. Now it's just a matter of completing quests and getting some leveling.
Amosis?
Yes? Fresh cockles and mussels today?
My name is Bayek. I come from Hakuf. You need your help as a friend of Jeska.
I'm listening.
Since Jeska was killed, Hakuf needs a trusted agent to shepherd people out from under Sepetu's watch.
Dead! You and Hakuf are out of touch. Jeska's too tough to be held by Sefetu. She escaped the firebrand.
What? Where is she?
Back on the river. She took a felucca loaded with supplies to the people she sheltered. She's taken a dangerous route to the southwest past the hippopotamuses to avoid Sefetu's eyes. If you follow the coast, you'll find her.
Away, you blasted river pigs! Or if I had a sharp knife, I would skin you for the leather! These broken leg cows! Help me drive them off!
Octopus again. What's the wood from mashing? Can I talk to the girl that I've wanted?
What are you called?
Oh boy.
Bayek.
Good to meet you, Bayek.
It's a girl.
I am Jessica.
How did you end up here?
I got lost. Sailed the wrong way.
I would not call avoiding Sefetu's patrols the wrong way.
What do you know of Sefetu?
Hakuf believed you were dead, but you escaped. He needs you back.
Help me get these supplies to my village. There are many depending on me. And we will talk.
Just put it to kill on the side. Something.
Do you see something? Better hop in if you want to come with me.
I was just dealing with an hippopotami.
How do you know Hakuf?
I was sent to him by a man to whom I am pledged. I believe we are working towards the same end.
Well, Hakuf is a great man. Though Sais is a region of self-proclaimed great men. But Hakuf has a good heart. He cares for his people and his city.
Yes. He protects them from cowards like the Skara and Sefetu.
I have smuggled many families like poor Wenis and her son out of Sais to keep them safe. Those who have tried to refuse Sefetu, he has burned to death.
You are courageous to protect families that are not your blood.
If you say. I hide them in my village until we can arrange a caravan to get them beyond the desert. Hence the food and medicine I bring.
How did you survive?
Sefetu soldiers brought me to Fort Nikio where they burned and tortured me. But I spat in their faces. When they thought me broken, by the gods, Sefetu has come!
Give me a hand over here!
Sefetu's men are burning everything!
Stay here. Let me take care of them.
Hey, what? The idiot's drop it.
Trouble here!
Put it down. Now. Hey, I've got a problem here.
Alarm! Charge!
Haven't that wish?
Come on.
What?
That the last one now? Ugh. Okay. Oh, they've stuck it up top of a tree. girl I've got to talk to. Here. Ah.
It is done.
So many lives turned to ash. Is anyone left?
We need to be quick. More will come.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Pentu! Oh, by the gods, you are still alive! I will not leave you here. My cousins have a farm nearby. It may be untouched. Please, help me bring Pentu.
Of course. I will take you.
Oh, here we go again. Having to carry everything. Hey, where am I supposed to go? Some sort of indication earlier would have been nice. Where are we going? That way. Ah. Fetching and carrying, fetching and carrying. That's all I seem to do, isn't it? Here I am, brain the size of a planet. All I ever seem to do is fetch and carry. But it's all part of trying to get the levels up so that I can get on with the quests. Or the other quests. This is a quest. Oh, okay.
VP! Abana! Are you there? You cannot stay in there! Thank you for Pentu's life.
I did nothing that you would not have done. He owes his life to you. This is not the end of it, however.
No. Those dogs still hunt for the prick master. I will go to Hakuf. We must find a way to peel Sefetu out of his shell and deal with
I
him.
cannot bring your people back from Duat, but I will help you avenge your village.
Yay. Go back for the quests and see. Another level 15 one. Get them all done. See if we can get up to level 20. Might be another quest here.
You are only making it more difficult. My idiot brother has barricaded himself inside.
Who is it that you're speaking to? It's one of them, isn't it?
No, you fool! He fears Sefetu's men, but hiding his head in a bush solves nothing.
I am not an ostrich. Do I hear horses? Is it them? You better run!
Please, if it does not work, Sefetu's tax collectors will do something terrible.
I'm not sure I can convince him, but I will keep an eye out for these tax collectors. Perhaps I can persuade them to leave you alone.
Right. Has it taken my quest off me? No. So conflict of interest is my quest. That's one. That one's for another time. Oops. Sorry. Sorry. Going around stomping on everything. My legs started to ache today. For some reason. Sit in the chair. Every time I look up and stare and look the dog in the eye, he comes over, hassles me for a bit. When he's sitting here, he's sitting there looking at me going, who the hell are you talking to? There's nobody here. Sure, he's going to get me committed. You're going to have me put away. Because I talk to myself. Huh? Guess I can't go that way. This way? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I should find this Zervos and see what he knows about Sefetu. See if he's connected to the Scarab. I will ask among the
Investigation
merchants, see which are
area.
friendly to him.
The Magi has returned. In need of more finery?
Yes, in a moment. I'm curious, Reda. Where are your parents?
Long story, Seni. Ephilakitai of Alexandria caught them stealing and boiled them in a bronze bull.
By Anubis. I am sorry, Reda.
No need. The gods took my family, but gave me my camel, Amun, a great steed. I wander the desert and see the sun set when I want to. This is my freedom.
I see. As always, you are wise beyond your years.
Osiris here's not the mourning of the weary-hearted. You wanna sell or buy anything, Seni? The future is golden.
Not finding any of these investigation things. Though, I do seem to be knocking a lot of people over. Right, I'm going to pause and mute my microphone because I need a toilet break. Try not to be long. I'm back. And the dog was sitting on my chair. You want to come up? Try not to knock the microphone. There you go. Doggy's right next to us now. Wants to sit on my lap. And look outside as well, don't you? So you can see people going past and bark. You get yourself all relaxed. That's a good boy. Right. I'll try to move the microphone so you don't bang your head on it. Yeah? So, interact. Now, somebody chatting away there. Ah,
Good day for business?
Not half bad. What are you looking for today?
For Zervos, the harbor master. Do you know where to find him?
You are looking for who? Why? I don't know him. I heard he was dead. Why are you bothering about him? He was a good man.
A good man. So you do know him?
I don't. I just heard others say it. Leave me be.
that's a weird accent. Okay.
Good day to you.
I am just looking. You know about a man named Zervos?
The harbor master. Ah. Why are you asking about him?
I have heard he is missing. In hiding? Perhaps dead.
What would you do if Sefetu put a price on your head?
Ah, I see. I am not one of Sefetu's men.
I don't know anything about it. I don't stick my neck out. I have nothing to tell you. Finest metalwork in Sais.
I love how everybody's being so cooperative.
Hustlers, entrepreneurs, wanderers, seek not your solace here, but let your feet carry you to fabled Netopolis.
Outside of the area again. Can I talk to him? No. He's not part of it. So that is outside as well. That's outside, so can't go that far. That's outside of the area. I don't see any more investigation points. I talked to him earlier.
Hey! You want some fish or what?
I am looking for Zervos, the harbor master.
Oh, I heard Sefetu gutted him. How is it?
Spoken to her. Do it again.
What are you looking for today?
The harbor master, Zervos.
Do not ask about him. The guards killed him.
Oh. So I hadn't spoken to her.
It is not without its dangers, but the promise of a glorious tomorrow awaits you. It is a shining lighthouse of hope, all alone in the desert night.
Jeren, hoe? Doe je net?
Come on. Okay, this one.
Careful
mate.
some dates. Finest in the area.
Same ones the brewery uses for its famous beer.
I am just looking. You know about a man named Zervos?
Zervos, the harbor master is dead.
Right, so it looks like there's one more investigation point. So let's find that. Is this the one?
You look like a strapping sword. Looking to improve your armor?
Long night?
Very. Sorry. What are you interested in?
At the moment, I'm looking for Zervos.
The harbor master. Of course. Zervos is away.
Away?
Yes, he's gone to Letopolis. Attracted by the promise of a new life.
Then he is not dead.
Dead? Why would you think he was dead?
I must deal with Sefetu's archers in Sais. They are his eyes.
Don't bother me now. If you want to buy, see me in the market.
That old mute was skulking around again. Isn't he from some rich family? Maybe. Maybe that's why no one has chased him out of town.
Any further word on Zervos?
Sorry. Who is that again?
Another late night.
They are all long these days.
I see.
So I'm going to hang around until night. Well, I can complete it. So I'll go around and see if there's any loot and stuff then. While I'm waiting for it to go dark. Doop de doop de doo 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 doo. Oh, it doesn't seem to be anywhere worth looting. Sorry about that. Bit too close to the microphone to cough, wasn't I? I got it out, I'm tired. What is the matter with me today? Caffeine overload, that's what it is. Loot. That's a point. I had some new gear. Let's have a look at the ranged weapons. So that's a 415. Let's have a look at that one. What's that one? 230. That one's that one, isn't it? 130. On that as well. Shields. It's got to be a better shield than what I've got. Shield I've got is a 303. That's a 383. Bet this one's higher than that. 383. It's not. Okay. I have a better shield. What's that? Hidden blade. Increase hidden blade damage. Okay. Pudding. Here comes the wind again. Getting windy out there, isn't it, mate? Talking to the dog. If you don't know who I'm talking to. If we're going to have a storm. So temperatures are going to go back up. Not dramatic clouds. Yeah, like a few weeks ago, but reasonable temperatures in the 20s, 27s and 25s and things. It's quite good. Hopefully get some gardening done. Also, made some decisions about uni work, so I think I'm going to start placing some uni days so that I can start going through the material I need to learn the next term. I wasn't going to do it another term, I was going to take the year off, but I've decided to do it just the same. Just do my uni work, do my uni stuff, carry on from where I am. Hopefully do better.
The tax collectors ask for too much.
We do not have
It's not
enough
worth
to
it.
pay
Any
Safetu
metal
his
work
advance
you need
increases.
done? I will not put words between your
Talk to him about
The tax collectors ask for too much. It's not worth it. Master Tahaka.
Lots of people talking. See, while I'm there. Let's look for a jump point. There was. There it is. Go.
Metropolis is a dream given form, a new home for you, built by your hands and labors. It is not without its dangers.
I've got to wait for it to go dark if I can do anything on that quest, so I might as well have a wander over here and jump. Do a synchronize. Oh, dog. Oof. My eyes, my eyes. Bet you can guess what the dog's just done. Oh, jeez. Glad the windows are open, blowing air through.
Out of the way!
Jeez. Dogs, eh?
Clear the way!
Here it is. They've hung somebody from the tower. It's not nice, is it? Now what do we say? We say synchronize! Josh.
Move! Now!
Very nice. We can hear a doggy bark. That's what getting him making noises. It's not dog farts that's waking you up though, is it? Whoa. Definitely woke me up. Go dark. Come on. Oof. And here we go again. Second dog fart of the day. Oh, jeez. My eyes, my eyes. Secret rooms. That's what I'd like to see. I've been here before, that's the reason why. It felt familiar. That's where I got a quest in the first place. Ooh. Load of looting stuff down here. Press the wrong button. Got everything. Oh, there's some more up there. Nope. Cool. Touchy arse. Cool. I'll try that one. As we name it.
Please, Medjay, if I can trouble you, Harkuf's assistant, Nesamun, took a delivery of beer down the southern road. He never made it to Yamu. Please, can you find him and make sure he's okay?
I'm on the case.
That beer was meant to honor Sekhmet. If he drank all that beer, he'll be whipped.
So we. Right. Go over there and get that.
These jackals will continue to prey on the good people of this region. I must deal with them.
What? What?
Hey! I've got trouble here!
Should have played to your strength. Been a eunuch.
Oh, you can kill him. Oh, we killed the captain. Everybody done then. It is. And that's the treasure, I believe. Rotation sorted. Ah.
Are you Nesamun? Are you all right?
Thank Happy, yes.
What happened?
I was bringing a delivery to Yamu when I was ambushed by these bastards.
And?
Yes, okay, I stopped for a quick nap. But still, they drank and smashed all the beer, and threatened to kill me if I did not brew more for them.
Take the oxen back to Sais. You'll have to prepare a new delivery, I imagine. Try not to stop along the road this time.
Another one done. That should get me. There we go. Leveled up. Let's see what I can spend the ability point on. Attack and push, we'll do that one. Do. Follow the suspicious merchants. Still isn't dark yet, but hey. I think it'll be long before it starts to get dark. That looks like the sun's setting, doesn't it? Do.
You there! Stop!
Yeah, I tayo. Relo?
Ah! Leren, who? Tu genet!
You there. Stop.
You there, stop, they said. Who said that?
Lieutenant. Hey, what?
I have the range. I have the range.
Have I?
Did you have any trouble bringing you?
Anybody else think they're hard enough? Oh, you. Okay. Up there.
Report. Hey. Going to kill you.
Captain? I think he's a captain, isn't he? He looked like one. Doesn't matter really. Of course, he's dead now. Oh. Hi. Some more men there to kill.
Should not have come here. I can hit him. Hey! Trouble here! In my range! He is mine! Damn it, we must get there you are!
That takes care of Sefetu's eyes.
Didn't even know I was doing that quest. Oh, you get down now. Because you're making my legs sore. Oh. Yee. Well, be glad when this stream's over. Not because I'm not enjoying it, but because my leg's hurting me. Because I'm in a weird position. Need to move around a bit, and I can't.
Die, mongrel!
You're dead, mate.
By order of Sefetu, a curfew is imposed in town after dusk.
That old mute was skulking around again.
Isn't he from some rich family?
Maybe. Maybe that's why no one...
I think this is the time when they start to wander away. And I can follow them.
By order of Sefetu, a curfew is imposed in town after dusk.
Wonder they can't see that the creepy man following them. Don't look like he looked in my direction, but it's not as if there's many places for me to hide, really. Not in there. Okay.
How are you keeping?
As best I can. We are not fighting men. You can take the bounty off my head.
I am not one of Sefetu's men. I am searching for Zervos on behalf of Hakuf.
Good. I am Zervos, mighty harbor master of Sais. Forced to hide on my own docks.
Why is Sefetu after you?
That dog. He is strangling the whole town.
Taxes us to death.
He burned my cousin's farm.
That's right. I've been doing what I can, helping people hide their imports and exports. What Sefetu does not see, he cannot tax.
And he figured it out.
His men raided my business and my house. But I hid my records on my felucca. If they haven't found my boat yet, they soon will.
See what I can do.
Oh dear.
My felucca is tied up at the Sais docks. I would prefer to have it back in one piece. But if you must destroy it, go carefully. Sefetu's men watch the harbor like hawks.
Okay. Can do that. It's what I'm good at. Breaking things. It's my superpower. Smash things up. Ooh, look.
Halt! Stay!
Hey!
What? I got you! Going to kill you!
Oh yeah.
Got a clean target.
You're all destroyed. Not crashing into things. Probably a good idea as well. Although, like I said, he said destroy, didn't he? So I managed to steal it instead of destroy it. Well, I never. Looks like this might be the last
You
one I
needn't
do.
hide any longer. I secured your felucca. Your documents are safe.
You saved my felucca. Here, take this as a small token of thanks.
What do I get? A small token of thanks.
You have made things better here.
You clearly have people who are willing to help you out, Zervos. Why don't you take on Sefetu?
Sefetu is too powerful, too greedy. He knows there is no one strong enough to stop him. We are not fighting men. Sefetu surrounds himself with soldiers. His base at Fort Nikiu is guarded with ballistae. Fool that I am. I helped him import them.
May Amun watch over you.
Yay! A new shield. Okay. Gear. Let's have a look at the shield, see if it's any good. Well, I currently got 383. That one's 384. It's only one much better. Hey. Can't complain. Well, I can. A lot. I'll have a look and see what quests there are still to do. It's the ostrich. Kill the tax collector. I'll try that one. I can go on for a little longer as I started a bit later than normal. On the map. Is there fast travel to this? That way, innit? Guess not. Oh, that's closer. Okay. Right, so I use that one. Oh. Glad I'm having the weekend off. Didn't actually get me any closer, did it really? It actually took me further away, didn't it? No matter. Just keep running, just keep running, just keep running. Right, we're in overtime now. It's 4 o'clock. But I started 5 minutes late, so I'll go up to the full 3 hours if I want. So we'll see how easy this bit is to complete. God, dog's on the other side of the room and he's done and he's stinking me out, even from this distance. Right, let's get this mofo. farts are strong. Smell the farts, Luke. Smell the farts. Restricted area.
Should not be seen in this area.
Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? What's this to do? Didn't level though, did I? So I'll loot the place while I'm here.
What?
You should not have come here.
Rouse yourselves! Alarm! Hey!
There's the captain. Huh. Doesn't matter, I completed the quest anyway.
This is no contest. You should have run when you had the chance.
So, that's the end of today's session. I'll do the title screen thing, and I'll see you again on Monday. That's the first week done. So bye bye. Have a good weekend.